Hello there, this is TBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite. And today, I'm gonna talk about that event that gets people excited every year, twice a year. Of course, I'm talking about the Burst of Speed, which just started today. And well, we're going to have a look at the event, the TLE portion of it. What are the cars featured, what are the key cars, and what are your chances to get these cars? But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because doing these things tell YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, I can continue making this type of content for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Alu right here. But alright, now, I know that a lot of you know what the Burst of Speed is, however, I'm gonna just go over it real quick in case anybody here is not aware of what this is. The Burst of Speed, like I just mentioned, is an event that happens approximately twice a year, and people are very excited about it because it tends to contain some really good and very rare cars in a way that it's relatively easy for you to acquire them if you have saved a lot of tokens. And that is going to be the main topic over here, the tokens. As I always say, you need to be saving tokens, but people that know about this event, they like saving a lot. But first, let's have a look at what are the cars featured in this event, and they're appearing on the screen right about now. So for this Burst of Speed, the cars featured per order per class are the Lamborghini Countach LPI, the Pagani Mola, and the Mercedes Vision 111 for Class A. And for Class S, we have the Asphalt Owl, the Bugatti Mistral, and the Bugatti Chiron 300+. Now, usually the Burst of Speed tends to be 2 Class A car and 4 Class S cars. It's a bit more balanced. I don't know why this time it's 3 and 3. It's weird. You'll see it once we get to the packs, which we will review. But first, let's talk about the keys. Now, you may notice that the list changed a little bit, and that is because I removed the classes and instead I just added the letter K to some of these cars, and that is representing which cars require a key in order to unlock. You know that there's cars that only require blueprints, and there's some others that no matter how many stars you have the car at, you don't own it until you have the key. Well, this is the case for the Lamborghini Countach LPI, the Mercedes Vision 111, and the Bugatti Chiron 300+. Now, this is important because that determines just how many, well, not exactly how many tokens, but that gives you an idea of which cars are going to require a ton of tokens in order for you to acquire. Now, we will have a look at these 3 stages in a little bit, but I want to focus on the fourth one, because that is where you can actually get the key for the cars. Now, the situation here is that in order for you to acquire any of these key cars, you need to own the car at the maximum amount of stars, 6 stars for each one of them. And if these are cars that you have never made any progress, you don't have a blueprint for them and whatnot, you're gonna, well, they're gonna be at 1 star even though you don't own them. And then from there, you need to get all of the blueprints to take it to 6 stars, and only then you actually get to unlock the car. And that is why these 3 particular cars are going to be sort of difficult to acquire. If what you're looking for is to max out the cars, well, yep, lots of tokens, I tell you. Now, even though there's a bunch of stages related to the Burst of Speed, none of these actually give blueprints. We'll have a deeper look at this in a bit, but for now, just suffice to say that as you can see, you can get some epics for the cars, but there's nothing related to getting blueprints. So how do you even get them? Packs. Of course it's packs. So in the Legend store, well, here in the limited time packs, you're gonna be able to find these 2. One for the Chiron Super Sport 300+, one for the Bugatti Mistral. Now, having a look at the contents of this, you're gonna notice in this case, we have the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300+, the Asphalt Owl, and the Pagani Mola being the featured cars. Now, obviously, this is the best case scenario for getting 15 blueprints. More often, you're gonna be finding the ×4 blueprints in these packs. Now, as usual, these packs have a 20% drop rate. That means that once you buy 10 packs, you're always gonna get one of the featured, any of these featured ones, for sure. But then from there onwards, the 9 remaining packs are gonna have a 20% chance of having blueprints for the featured cars. So that means that in general, the drop rates tend to be considerably good. It's not unheard of that you buy a 10 pack and you end up finding like 3 drops of the blueprints, maybe even more if you get really lucky. So that is why this is actually very attractive, as well as the fact that these packs are not very expensive. Considering that we're talking about high-class cars, the fact that these packs cost 750 tokens, it's actually pretty good. Now, one quick thing to notice over here is this particular pack contains 2 Class S cars and 1 Class A. And that's why I was saying that this is a little bit imbalanced in the sense that normally you would find 2 Class S and a Class A and the other pack would be similar. But the other one in this case is different. We'll get to that. For now, I did want to put a spotlight on the fact, spotlight, not related to spotlight event. I wanted to show that this particular pack contains 2 cars that don't require keys, the Asphalt, the Pagani Imola. So if what you are looking is just to unlock some cars, you could unlock them in this pack. And well, the Chiron 300 Plus, you will still need to max it out before you can actually acquire it, but these 2 don't require a key. Unlike this other pack for the Mistral, where the Class S car featured over here, the one single Class S car, doesn't require a key, but the 2 Class A cars, the Vision 111 and the Countach LPI, do require a key. So keep that in mind on how you want to buy these packs if you're going to buy these packs. Again, obviously the same situation with the 20% drop rate and the same price and all of that stuff that I already explained. But again, this pack, if you really are looking to get these 2 cars, you're gonna have to invest a lot of tokens into, you know, getting these cars to 6 stars, whilst the Bugatti Mistral only requires to get the 80-something blueprints. I think it's 85 in order to unlock it. Now, I wish I had some sort of calculation to tell you just how many tokens you're gonna need in order to get these cars and whatnot. I really can't do that, because again, with that drop rate of 20%, it is incredibly variable. Okay, whatever. It varies a lot. How many tokens are you gonna need in order to do it? Because I could do a calculation of, oh, at a minimum of 750 tokens, you need to spend this many, but at the end of the day, there's so many cars featured and all of that that it's incredibly difficult to predict. Some people say that you can do it with 50,000 in order to max out some cars. They said that you need like 80,000 in order to max all of them. I really can't tell you exactly, but hey. Now, the thing that I do want to mention over here is this change that GameLove did to the packs, and I absolutely love it, and actually makes the burst of speed much better nowadays than it was before. I think this is the very first time that we get a burst of speed with this feature, where any car that you have already maxed out, like in my case, the Countach LPI, I don't need these blueprints, they will no longer show in these packs. So that means that once I buy this 10 pack, whatever it is that I get for the featured blueprints is not going to contain the Countach LPI, which makes the chance for me to get blueprints for these 2 cars way higher. Now, let's say once again that I'm gonna focus on the first pack, which I'm not. I'm honestly not gonna buy any of this, but I wanted to present this information. Let's say that I wanna focus on this because I really wanna get the Pagani Imola. Well, let's say that I want the Chiron 300 Plus. So I start buying these packs and I'm gonna be getting a lot of blueprints for these cars, all these 3 cars. But as I eventually max any of these cars, now I'm gonna start getting only for the remaining cars, and once I max another one, the remaining packs that I buy are only gonna have or as featured blueprints for the car that I am missing. So that is gonna drastically reduce the amount of tokens that you're gonna need. So remember when I said that maybe 80,000? It's probably a lot less now, because you're not gonna be getting those repeat blueprints, and that's gonna make a huge difference. Now, would I like to show you that? Yes, but the reality is that none of these bursts of speed really interest me personally. You know that I'm very weird when it comes to the cars that I like unlocking and whatnot. I'm mostly focused on Lamborghini, and that's basically it. But once again, just wanted to present you this information in case you are curious about this event and what are your possibilities to unlock these cars. Again, if you don't have a lot of tokens, let's say that you only have 10,000 tokens, 20,000 tokens, I would say probably just save those tokens. I don't think you're gonna be able to make a lot of progress in this event with that amount of tokens. I would say that a more safe amount would be, again, nearing 40,000, maybe 50,000, and I know that's a lot of tokens, but that is what I say, that people that know that bursts of speed do come out every year, twice a year, save tokens precisely for when this happens and be like, okay, this is the moment to spend all of these tokens and get a bunch of cars, well, at least not paying money. Now let's go back over here to the time limited event portion of this thing, because I want to talk about the tokens you can get over here. Now again, I show you this last stage and I kind of just glossed over this one, but let's have a look at what is in here. Now for club rewards you get some credits, which are not going to be necessarily very interesting. I mean, it's a decent amount of credits, but hey, it doesn't particularly matter. The important part is over here in the solo rewards, because you can get a bunch of tokens from this. Right here you can get 200 tokens by just winning the race. If you beat this a certain time with the Pagani Mola, you can get a total of, what is this, 150, and over here you can get 350 tokens by beating this other time also with the Mola. Similar case with the Lamborghini Countach LPI and getting a better time with that car. Now you might be thinking, but I don't own these cars, how am I supposed to do it? Well, there's good and bad news. There are free tries, but not all of them. The only free tries that you're gonna get is for cars that require a key. Now, this is not the best example because I actually do own the Countach. So let me go in this stage, which is gonna be very similar, except that it's with the Owl and the Vision 111. So if we go into the race, you're gonna notice that there's a free try for the 111, but not for the Owl. Because again, the Owl doesn't require a key, so they're counting on you to unlock it in order to get these tokens. But for this car, well, it's a free try. You can do it. Now, is it doable? We'll get into that. For now, let's also have a look at the third one, which is going to be for the Chiron 300 Plus and the Mistral. Same situation. One has a free try, the key car has a free try, the other one doesn't. Now, the tokens over here are actually better. Jesus, why am I stuttering so much? We got 400 tokens over here. Then we got 250 tokens for finishing with the... Well, let's forget about the Mistral, because let's say you don't own it. But with the Chiron 300 Plus, that is a free try. If you beat 47 seconds, you can get 250 tokens. And you can get, how much is this? 700 tokens. Am I mistaken? No, 600 tokens. So yeah, a decent amount of tokens that you can get over here. So hey, it's free tries. Why not do it? Now, like I said, how difficult is it to do it? Well, I'm gonna go with this particular one and I'm gonna try my best to get this token. So again, since I don't own any of these cars, but there's a free try for the 111, let's see if I can beat a time of 26 seconds or better yet, 24 seconds. Now, for this, again, you just need to win the race, so it should be all right. Now, this being a free try, well, the car is by default technically at 1 star, so you should be able to upgrade this car to the maximum of 1 star, which is upgrades to level 3 and some import parts. Now, don't mind me while I just upgrade this thing, spending some of my credits. And again, there might be a bit of a question as to, is it really worth to spend credits in upgrading a car that you don't own? And in my particular case that I know I'm not going to own because I don't care to get the key for this car and the burst of speed, I still think it's okay to spend your credits in upgrading this car to get a better chance to get the time that you need in order to get those tokens. So there we go. That is as much as I could upgrade it. Let's see if this is enough to get that time. Fortunately, these are very, very short races, but by the same, or I suppose the other side of the coin is that short races, you need to do pretty okay in these races real quick. Any mess up and it's ruined. But hey, for tokens, why not do it? So I'm gonna be straight up with you. I've already done this on my Nintendo Switch account. This one that you see right now is my global account. So I was able to do it in the Switch. So I should be able to do it over here as well. Now, I don't know if you can use this that I'm doing as a reference, but hopefully it's gonna help anybody that is having a bit of issue getting those stamps. But absolutely, look at that, 22 seconds, 700. Yep. And that should be more than enough in order to get all the rewards. I mean, granted, in one single round of doing this, because I need to do it a bunch of times, but yeah, look at that. Beat the 24-second mark. Fantastic, and that's gonna give me, woo! Okay, let me claim that. All right, there we go. I'll watch an ad for it. Thank you very much. I mean, that was just random luck, but hey. And there it is. There are my tokens. Lovely stuff. So now you just need to do this race a bunch of times and continue getting your tokens. Now, let's do it also for this other one with the Chiron 300 Plus. That is the free try over here. This time around, I need to beat what? 44.5. All right, we'll see if we can do that. Now, this is actually more expensive to upgrade being Class S. So again, it's gonna be up to you as to whether or not you want to spend these credits into upgrading the car. Of course, if you're really skilled, you can maybe, I don't know, maybe get these stamps without upgrading the car. I don't trust myself to be able to do that, so that's why I prefer to spend these credits and in exchange get a bunch of tokens, because yes. There we go. Finish upgrading this thing to the maximum that I could. Yeah, I lost a bunch of credits. It's fine. Let's see how this thing does. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the Chiron 300 Plus and why I don't think that car is super worth it, but we'll get to that in a bit. For now, let's just see if I can beat this time in my first run. Now, I did say that on my Switch I've done this, and in my Switch I play worse. I play way worse with the Switch controller than I play over here in my PC account with the keyboard. But still, I don't want to get too flustered or something by being like, no, I can definitely do it. And turns out that I can't. Let's see. I think on my Switch I actually went for that nitro bottle, but oh well, we'll figure it out. If not, I guess I can afford to do a few more tries. But yeah, this car in particular, I don't know. I don't think anybody's super excited about this car, and I can kind of see why, honestly. We're gonna have a look at the stats in a little bit, but for now, let me just... Oh man, I meant to drift a little sooner to get the shockwave, but okay. Let's see. And I think this should be doable, but I don't... 37, 38. Oh yeah, what did I need? Like 40 seconds or something? Man, actually this time's... Alright, I don't... Okay, let me double check. Did I beat it or not? No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, 44 seconds. Wow! That was a lot of... I don't know. Maybe you can do it with the car not upgraded, because, man, this is really forgiving. Usually these times tend to be a lot harder in my experience, but not this time. So, yeah, there you go. In case you were curious as to, hey, is it doable? It is doable if you upgrade the car. If you don't upgrade the car, maybe doable, but honestly, I don't know. Now, ideally, and this is something that can happen often, you can actually get to top 10%, even if you don't have the car at higher stars. It's a very peculiar thing that, because everybody has access to this event, a ton of people are gonna play, and so long as you do well enough, you're gonna get into 10%. Not that the epics are gonna mean a lot if you're not upgrading these cars, but hey, 500,000 credits? Why not, right? Now, let's talk about the Chiron 300 Plus, because I don't understand why this car is so highly ranked. Okay, so real quick, it's a Class S car, rank of 4983, and you can see the stats over here. It's fast, not insanely fast, but okay. Acceleration, it's a little bit fast, and while not handling, it's nice. Nitro's not amazing, it's actually a little bit bad, but hey, it's fine. So why do I have a problem with this car? It's so similar to the Bugatti Chiron, and this one is way more rare. Okay, so here's the stats of the regular Bugatti Chiron. At a rank that it's about 200 points, somewhere over there, like 200 points lower in rank. And look at the stats. Now, granted, the 300 Plus, it is faster by about 10 kilometers, so that is definitely a difference, but the acceleration is, in theory, worse. The handling is a little bit better, but even the nitro is worse. So, I don't know, I just don't find the Chiron 300 Plus super interesting compared to the regular Chiron, which is way easier to acquire, and you don't need to spend a bunch of tokens into getting it. The Chiron, the regular one, you can just get it by regular progression in the game. It takes a while for sure, but again, you don't need to spend those tokens. Now, another thing that is kind of funny about this car is the name. In case you don't know, this car, it's called the Chiron 300 Plus because this is the version of the Chiron Super Sport that was tested by Bugatti and was able to reach over 300 miles per hour. Thus, the name of 300 Plus. Now, even though I feel a little bit dirty by switching my units into Freedom units, here it is the top speed of the car in miles per hour. 281.9. It doesn't even reach the 300. I don't know, it's just so weird that to have this car that is supposed to be the almighty 300 Plus because it can reach 300 miles per hour and it doesn't actually reach 300 miles per hour. I don't know, I think it's weird. And if you're wondering where is this free try of the car and whatnot, this is for the content creator test, so don't worry about it. There's not really a free try at the moment of this car, not even in MP2, which actually surprised me quite a bit. In MP2, we have a free try of the Volcano, the Asphalt Cowl, and the Rematch Nevera, but not 300 Plus, so I don't know. Speaking of the Rematch Nevera, there's a special event for this car running right now, and if you want to see a breakdown of this event, this video should be coming out either tomorrow or the day after, so stick around for a breakdown of this entire event, you know, what are your chances to get the car and all of that stuff. We'll talk about that at another point. But for now, I just wanted to go into this whole thing of the burst of speed because, hey, I thought it was interesting. And again, just to give you a bit of an advice when it comes to spending on this particular event. And if you are thinking like, man, I really wish I had the tokens, but I don't have them. I wanted to unlock these cars. Well, this works great as a what would I say? A bit of a lesson, I suppose, that you always need to be saving tokens if you want to make the most out of a burst of speed. Like I said, I think a decent amount of tokens to have would be around 40,000, maybe 50,000. And I know it's a lot of tokens, but you can commit to it, save tokens for a lot of days, and eventually, once another burst of speed comes, you're gonna have those tokens, so you're gonna be able to make the most out of it. But anyway, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!